Hello everyone and welcome back to another KDMO update video, and today the 19th of August 2020 we have a new update or new KDMO update, and we have got a new Digimon which is Kintarusmon X, which has been released today in KDMO. Now, in case you don't know, there are actually two versions of the game. I think there's more, but two main versions of the game, which is the Korean server and then the global server, which is the English server that we all play. Now, all the updates releases first in KDMO and then comes later to the global server. Now, KDMO gets weekly updates. At least most of the times there was no update last week, but most of the time it's one update per week, unlike DMO every 2 weeks. And yeah, in this week's update we have got Kintarusmon X. But before this, I have to go to the last updates, last week's change, or actually it was last update was 2 weeks. There was no update last week for some reason. It's not always every week, but most of the time there have been only update each week, and we have to go back to the last update, which was 5th of August 2020 was the last update, and there have been some changes to the Shinjuku quest. Now, to unlock the daily quest in Shinjuku area, you only have to complete the quest. The quest is called Divas Defeated Too Easily, instead is Vikarla's Defeated. Now, meaning you don't have to do all main quests to unlock the daily quests. Currently, you have to complete all main quests. You have to defeat Vikarlamon somehow, and Vijayramon, I don't know how to pronounce his name, but you had to do these quests to unlock the daily quest, which was pretty difficult for new players. So yeah, now you don't have to do that. Also, there's been changes in the rewards. Now, the quests, instead of giving nothing, it used to give HB discs and DS discs. However, the discs can be sold for a lot of money and people abuse them who have multiple accounts. So now instead you'll get special chicken combo from the main quests, which is actually pretty nice. In addition of that, we have the new Tamers added. Now, obviously Tamers from the Digimon Tamers season, which is Takato, Rika, and Henry. These are their English names. They've been added to the game. Now, you get them from the cash shop for 69 crown, like all the Tamers. Now, they are not separate. You get them with the package. So there's a package for Takato, which includes the Tamer himself, Random Mercenary, which Gilmon Random Mercenary, and a Super Boost Amplifier. Now, the Gilmon Random Mercenary is the egg that you scan. You might get level 3, level 4, or level 5 Gilmon, and Amplification Booster 1000%, 3 of the booster. Same goes to Henry, but replace it with the Tamer and Teriamon, and with Rika, also replaced with Renamon. Now, let's talk about the Tamers, their status, and their skills rather. So the first one, Takato, his base status is actually the same as Taishi and Masaru, and his first passive skill, it increases attack 5% for all virus Digimons and HP 10% for all vaccine Digimons. And his skill, you and your party skill damage is increased by 10%, and the cooldown is 5 minutes. The next one is Rika, and her first passive skills attack 5% for data Digimon and HP 10% for virus Digimons, and her skills increases your base hit rate by 300% for yourself, not all party members. And the cooldown is 6 minutes, which is pretty long. However, I think it kinda be useful for some occasions, and her status are the same as Toma, Takiro, and Koshiro. And finally, we have Henry. And his first passive skill is attack 5% for vaccine Digimon and HP 10% for data Digimon. And his skill reduces all damage, and this is both from hits and skills of you and your party members by 30%. Basically the same skill as Sora, and the only difference is for all party members. Sora's skill is just the same, but only for you, and this is his base status. There has also been more changes to the Shinjuku maps. Yeah, this is just small changes to the map. It's still not part 2. Part 2 is still coming. We still don't know when. And yeah, let's go to changes. So the first change is there's some new material items that you can get from the map. Now, I have no clue what's the purpose of these items. Like, you can get the part item, which have 30% chance to drop from the normal mobs, and 100% chance to get from 20 up to 75 from bosses. You have the leather that can be obtained from dungeon bosses for 100% chance, but it's random. You can get from 20 up to 75. And then there is a digital data Shinjuku, which can obtain from when you complete the quest called Judge Mission. And then there's Defa's Essence, which can be obtained when completing the Repulse Mission, which you get only one. There's the Toolbox, which can obtain when you defeat the field bosses, 10% chance to get one. And finally there is the Kit, which you can obtain by defeating dungeon bosses, which only 30% chance. I have no clue what is this item, like part leather, what are these, how can I use them? There is no information on that, so yeah. Then we have more items to craft. Now when you do the main quests and daily quests, you get the data, I know it's the DATS coin. This is the item you get, and you can use them to craft items from Ponchesmon Black at the D terminal I mean. And there has been new things that have been added, the old goggles and goggles. This is a list of the items, including the discs. I think you could get the H1 from the quests, but it's been removed due to people exploiting it and stuff. I think you already could get back up and hatch back up. But yeah, this item been added. I have no clue how many coins you need to craft them, or how useful they are, or what they look like. Yeah, I can't show you because, you know, I don't have access to a KDMO. And unfortunately, you need to have a Korean citizenship you need to be actually living in Korea to make an account. It's impossible. I can only use a VPN to access the website, but that's about it. So yeah, we have to wait till it arrives to KDMO to see it. So Sleipmon X has been added. So let's talk about this little fella. He is an SS Plus rank Digimon. You unlock him when you are at level 41. You obviously need the factor, which we're going to talk about later. He is Vaccine. And his eyes, instead of being light, which is weird, and his family is VB, aka Virus Buster, same family as Omega 1 Ultra S and most of Omega Mons actually. Now let's take a look at his status. Now unfortunately we don't know his base evasion or attack speed. So this is his status. He have a little less, almost 2000 attack. His HP is kinda low for SS Plus rank Digimon, and obviously his defense is only 87 base, which is very bad. Yeah, his status doesn't look that good. However, we can take a look at his skill. His first skill, called Sword Brander, deals 6000 damage and 722. Yeah, 6722, and it has only 3 seconds cooldown. His second skill, called Tactic Smear, deals 20,165 damage. And his final skill, Nipilhium Arrest, I'm sure I butchered that name, and it has 59,724, and yeah, it has 33 seconds cooldown. The second skill have 9 seconds cooldown. So yeah, the first skill 3 seconds, second skill 9, the third skill 33. His skills are pretty good actually, but we don't have any clue about their advanced skill breaking. We don't know if this guy can advance skill breaking or not. We also don't have any idea about his base evasion. Now, in case you don't know, Dinasmon X and Alforce Vidromon X, they all have a pretty high evasion rate, like 63% is their base evasion, which makes them pretty unique. I would assume that Kintarusmon are the same, but I'm not sure. But the thing is, his base defense is very low, which, yeah, it's not great. But yeah, that is basically about it. Now, let's talk about how to obtain this little fella. And there is nothing special about Kintarusmon. He's just like his fellow X evolutions. You only get him from a loot box. You get a loot box for 49 crown, and you have 1% chance to obtain him. So he's just like Gismon X, and I would assume he's gonna be the same price whenever he gets released in DMO. So yeah, that is Kintarusmon X. Now of course he's looking absolutely magnificent, but yeah, too bad he's gonna be too expensive, and yeah, it's kinda unfortunate he's in another loot box. They're not even trying to do something new with it. And there you have it. This is the new update. Now of course we have no real date on when it's gonna come to DMO. It will eventually come. Some features takes longer than others to be added to DMO. Not sure why. It's kind of weird. We're actually few things behind in the In terms of updates, there's actually been features for 2 weeks and we haven't got them yet. We also have the Rumble Chess PvP that was released in GDMO, but we didn't get it either in GDMO. Would assume because maybe translation took longer, maybe it's because it's still in the beta in KDMO, so they don't want to bring it to GDMO that soon. I'm not sure, but yeah, there you have it, guys. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, guys, make sure you drop a like on it, subscribe for more DMO content, and I will see you all in the next